Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Alright, today we got the new helm. Ooh, look at that. That is one of the best opening ever seen in any of the, cutscene. I actually love looking at that stuff. But yeah, let's talk about swimsuit helm, limited helm. Is it worth getting her? Is it worth pulling her? Alright guys, wish me luck. 10 pulls? Can we do it? PvP gives gems? Of course. Why do you think I always destroy people in PvP? Because it gives gems. God damn it. Fake out. Oh, never mind. Last month I have 60k and 80k now. Free to play. Free to play. You forgot to add by the way. Always add the by the way afterwards. Always say you're free to play, by the way, 20 pulls, 20 pulls. 20 pulls, guys. Is this it, guys? What do you guys think? Is this it? Do we just end the misery right here? And we get helm? I think this is it. Elysian? Yes! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Let's go! 20 pulls is all you need! 20 pulls is all you need. 6,000 gems is all you need. Free to play friendly, yo! This game is free to play friendly, guys. Okay, so let's talk about Helm AQUAMARINE. What can she do overall in a team? So, first things first, she's a burst 2, so she competes with Guilty, Quincy, Dola, any other burst 2 that you can think of. Alright, about 2 weeks ago, we even have a burst 2 character called Mast. So, if you pull for Mast, do you need the helm? So her value is mostly going to be tied to her limited. Alright, she's limited. That means that after this event is over, you cannot obtain her again, perhaps until next year. I'm not sure, not too sure about that. So let's talk about her skills. What can she do overall, right? If you look at the skills right here, she has an ability here that activates after landing 30 normal attacks. By the way, she is going to be an assault rifle character, so therefore that's going to be easily achievable. So once she reaches 30 normal attacks, she's going to deal about 69%, this is at level 4 by the way, of final attack as additional damage, very good. And activates when entering full burst, affects all allies, so she will be able to trigger the cooldown of burst skill once, twice and 3 times. So this is actually pretty good. This means that you will be able to cast your skill more often, right? So obviously activates every time you enter full burst. I believe Dola is something similar as well. Now next up, the skill 2, you can see affects one enemy units randomly, deals damage, alright, 76.79% final attack. However, the enemy, the same targets, they belong to electric code, you're going to be able to increase the damage taken by 4.11% and it stacks up to 5 times. Now in theory, this is a very good skill against bosses, right? Because when you fight boss, you will be able to stack this easily. And similar to how Novel has a very similar skill as well. But it does require the enemy to be an electric code. And that's going to be the same thing going into the burst skill as well. You can see affects all enemies, deals damage, and when the enemy, belong to an electric code, you will do an additional damage as, the final attack. So obviously, this is kind of very reliant on enemy being a certain element, so she's gonna be quite hard to maximize her full potential in most cases. So let's first try her out in the Union shooting range, and then we're gonna find a boss that's preferably an electric code and show you guys how she performs there as well. So this is with Privati, not Privati, with Rupee, right? So Scarlet, Annie's, Privati, Helm. So let's try out this particular. If we can do about 150, I think it will be decent. Helm will do less than Rupee. Yeah, I believe you. It's the matter of how much less. If it's a bit less, I don't think it's that bad. But if it's like too little, that is not bad actually. Wait, let me see the damage. That is actually not bad. So obviously she's doing way less than Rupee. At 12 million versus 22, but that's not bad considering that she's skill level 4, my Rupee has some overload gear and she's just using normal gear. Lita is doing way more here. I wonder why. Scarlet is doing about the same. Less. Anis is less. Priority is more. Yeah, I guess Helm is like more balanced, right? She's not broken, but I don't think she's weak either. She reminds me of Mars a little bit, right? Okay, so here are the Burst 2 characters that I've compared her with. And I would say the result is not bad actually. Alright, so you can see Rupee is going to do the most because she has 2 overload gears. So therefore she's the one doing the most in terms of the damage, right? 196 million. Rupee is the best Burst 2 and it's quite hard to replace her. Now Helm is apparently very close in the second place. She's very comparable to Dola. Alright, you can see my Dola was able to get 187 million. So when Dola is in the team, Scarlet and Anis is going to do way more. Alright, that's because Scarlet and Anis is going to receive her buff. And Dola's buff is going to be substantially enough. Yes, Dola is going to do less than Helm because Dola is a sniper rifle, right? She's probably one of the few Burst 2 characters that do the least amount of damage. But overall, because she buffed the other characters, she's a full-on supporter. Unlike Helm, which is a attacker herself. So you can see she's able to buff Scarlet, Anis. You know, in this case, oh, you guys can't really see the score, but 187 million damage right there with Dola. And at third place, Helm Aquamarine, you know, 176 million. Not too far off actually. I would say not too bad. With a decent chunk of damage. And Guilty, I don't know why in shooting range she seems to do the least. Alright, so Dola still give overall more buffs. I guess Guilty does depend on the few other characters as well. But you can see damage wise, Guilty does do more on her own. Alright, this is a lot of damage right here comparatively compared to everyone else, but still lost to my Rupee overall. So is Helm Aquamarine bad? So far based on my observation, she's pretty decent. Alright, I wouldn't say she's bad. She is not the strongest either. If you have Rupee or Guilty or Dola, right? You could substitute between these few characters. Now, this is in the shooting range. Obviously, the enemy are not... None of the enemies have elements. So let's jump into a boss. So I'm going to show you guys this particular boss right here. So there's this boss right here, the EX boss, which I haven't fought in the chapter 21, normal. There's this EX stage where there's this boss, which is a lightning type. So fortunately, I can showcase more fairly right here against enemy that is a lightning type. So how well do Helm fare right here? Now keep in mind, I was trying to be careful to not kill the boss, because if you kill the boss and you beat the stage is going to be complete and there's no way for me to test multiple times, right? So therefore, I only go through one cycle of bursts, meaning I end the time at 2 minutes 30 seconds. So everybody went through one full cycle of bursts, and here are the results. Not super accurate because this particular one, Rupee get 1 second extra, and Helm gets 2 minutes 29 seconds, and Dola gets 2 minutes 29 seconds. But regardless, I didn't test Guilty right here. But you can see, overall, damage output wise, Rupee is still winning. Alright, even after... that's because Rupee and Helm are the same element. They are both strong against electric type enemies. So in this case, there's not much difference right here, but the Rupee team did way more damage. They do more damage overall, as you can see. Now, however, compared to Dola, surprisingly, this one is very close. Alright, it's very even. The difference is like 1000 damage difference, which I'm quite surprised. So with very specific condition, if the enemy is a electric type, Helm can compete with Dola. Now, that is going to be something that is really tough to replicate, because that's going to rely on the enemy, which has to be a certain type, right? So based on this information, should you pull for her? I do think that Dola is still going to be better. In most cases, she's still going to be more flexible. But yeah, right now my Dola is 666 in terms of the skill level. My Helm Aquamarine is 444. And maybe once I get my Helm Aquamarine's, you know, the bond stats up and everything, I think she can compete or be a better version of Dola if the enemies are electric type. However, if the enemies are not electric type, then Dola is still going to be universally better, as you guys saw in the shooting range earlier. Now if you can only pick one limited characters, obviously Swimsuit Anis is the one to go for, no brainer. Now if you care about collecting both, then sure, get one copy of Swimsuit Helm, Swimsuit Anis. Keep in mind, Swimsuit Anis, the banner is still going to be here for 13 days, whereas Swimsuit Helm is going to be here for 21 days. So that's a long time for you to decide if you want to pull for Helm or not. So the results, if you care about her limited value, sure, get one copy. If not, it's fine, you're not missing out on much. Dola is still going to be equally as good, if not better. Alright, so with that being said, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of Helm overall. As always, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like if you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.